Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Yeah, 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 why not? अगर ठाकुर जी की कृपा हुई तो सुन के दौड़ के I'm okay though. Om Gyanatimiraandhasya Gyananandana-shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manomeeshtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Patyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sarvanatham Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijasaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakamavidasya Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namide Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prajayate Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatari He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpati Govesha Govika Radha Kanta Suti Tatkancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpalabhyasya Kripasindhyaeva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Anarpita Charim Chirat Karunayavatim Halo Samarpaitam Jalarasam Swabhakti Shriyam Harihi Purata Sundara Dvitikadam Vasandipitah Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratu Vahashachi Nandana Antaya Madhvirabala Haridasa Varya Yadrama Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramoda Manam Tanu Visabham Ganayo Stayorya Aniya Suyam Sakandara Kandamudai Bhagavat Bhakti Shastranam Sarasya Sangraha Anubhute Shri Chaitanya Deve Priya Rupataha Mukam Karoti Vacharam Pangum Lankayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Krishna.
For my own purification, I just want to introduce Prabhuji, our speaker for this week and for today, of course. So, this is Sri Harivamsa Prabhuji, is a disciple of His Holiness Radhan Swami Maharaj. Prabhuji resides in Sri Vrindavan Dham for the last many, many years. Prabhuji had a very illustrious career, but he left everything and kicked all the material things that were waiting to adorn his future and left all of that to go and settle in Sri Vrindavan Dham. There he is doing his bhajan, he is translating a lot of books, editing, and doing his own personal sadhana. So that is the most inspiring part of Prabhuji that personally I like. And of course, he's very, very sweet, friendly, humorous. And of course, there are some other minor accomplishments in Prabhuji's life as well, like he got first rank in IIT Joint Entrance Exam, Stanford PhD, had some startups and all. Those are all minor things. But the most important is his devotion, which inspires all of us. Thank you, Prabhuji, for being here. For every year, please keep coming. Please keep. Hopefully, some bhakti will jump in our heart. Thank you, Prabhuji. Loud Haribol for Prabhuji.
That's why I'm coming up to the many to one. I'm so grateful. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And this congregation is very sweet, and it is my ulterior motive to grab that sweetness and go further in bhakti. I'm very grateful to the temple leadership here for giving the opportunity, and of course to our dear friend Paramkarna Prabhu Mataji for hosting, and also Raghu Prabhu and Harika Mataji. And I heard Akshara and Aditi. They are here? There must be somewhere. So thanks to them also for hosting. And we seek blessings of all our acharyas. And as we were thinking, they have come here. The 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. Go means senses. And Swami means one who is the controller of the senses. Because these are the senses which drive us mad. So these are the stalwart exemplars of devotion. 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan who wrote all the books and created all the material, and in fact they excavated all the holy places in Vrindavan. We have heard about Vrindavan, right? All of us. It's now major spiritual cosmopolitan. And Chalo man Vrindavan ki or, as they say, let's go to Vrindavan. So these were the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who excavated Vrindavan. And to them we are praying today, because one of them, or rather the eldest of them, whose name is Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana, who is eternal, means eternal. Or in Braj Bhasha, we call him Bade Gosainji. Bade means elder, Gosainji means Goswami. Sanatan Goswami is the one who wrote this book, which we are discussing today. And it's one of the most, as we say in Hindi, the message is Sundar Sastatikao. Beautiful, very simple language also. It's Sanskrit, but it's not very complicated. And now, of course, we have translations as it is here. It comes in 3 volumes, and it is Tikau. And I'll explain that why it is Tikau. So Bade Gosaiji, Sanatan Goswami, who has written this book, all the other Goswamis in their writings are also writing that this book is indeed very, very special. So we have to seek their blessings. Just by reading, we don't understand, isn't it? So we say in Braj, koi dikhaye to dikhta hai, sunaye to sunai deta hai. If somebody does the kirtan, then we will hear it. If somebody will show you, we'll see it. Otherwise, even if the spectacles is right here, you can scream at your wife and tell, where is the spectacle? Sometimes it happens, Pashanapina Pashanati, we don't see what we can actually see. So their mercy is required, and especially their mercy is required today because Sanatan Goswami is an exemplar acharya of matching Kathani and Karani. What is Kathani? What we say. Karani is what we do. Karani also means when Karani gets transferred to Rahani, how we live. So Kathani, what we say, Karani is what we do, and that is the Rahani. Rahani, if Rahani is only Kathani, doesn't make sense. Right? They say live the talk, right? Walk the talk. Or as one saint said, preach all the time and if necessary, speak. So we require this Acharya's blessing, the author Sanatan Goswami, because this Acharya is writing a book which is all about how we can imbibe those teachings. With that blessing, we are moving forward so that whatever we'll say will please them only because it's their book, right? And it will also help us purify our hearts. Are you all with me so far? Now we'll begin with a small little boy of the age of perhaps you. His name was Biggs Billy. What was his name? Spilly, no Spilly, Billy, Big Spilly. Well, whenever I have said this story, we always change his name also. Maybe we can change his name to Indian name. His name was Shaktiman. So little Shaktiman woke up once and he found on his bed a dragon. Now, who cares about dragon? Let's call what's an Indian version of dragon? Dana. Huh? Little Dana? Okay, let's make it dragon. Dragon is interesting. So who was there near his bed when he woke up? A little dragon, not a big dragon, a little dragon. And he went down and asked his mom, 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 there is a dragon. The mom just didn't give any ear to him. He said, there is no such thing as a dragon. What did she say? There is no such thing as a dragon. This was her Mahavakya. What? Her Mahavakya was, there is no such thing as a dragon. So he goes up and he's changing his clothes to go to the school, and the dragon is wagging the tail. But his mom said, what? There is no such thing as a dragon. So if there is no such thing as a dragon, why to pat the dragon? Fine. He goes down, and as he goes down, the dragon becomes the size from a little kitten to a dog. It grew. And he's sitting on the dining table. The mom is serving him pancakes. No, it's an Indian setting. So dosas. So dosas are being served, and peanut chutney and dosas. Great combination. So he's looking at his mom and the dragon, and the mom is, I don't know what's happening to her. She's not looking at the dragon, but the dragon is eating away all the dosas. One dosa comes, he eats it. Another comes, he eats it. And looking at the mom and looking at the dragon. Finally, he managed to get hold of just one dosa. And he's about to say, Mom, can't you see? And the mom says, there is no such thing as a dragon. Finally, the dragon grows to the size of a living room, and the mom does all the jhadu pocha, lifting the poonch or the tail of dragon. Still, she keeps on saying, there's no such thing as dragon. A vada pav wala comes, or a pani puri wala, whichever you like. Comes, rings the bell, it's a hawker. The dragon is now so huge that the front snout comes out of the front window and the tail comes out of the rear window. And he runs after the vada pav. So the house runs after him, right? Because the house is like a shell on the back. And the mom is still screaming, there is no such thing as a dragon. The father comes back from office, finds there is no home. The neighbor tells, the home ran away, along with the thing. We don't want to pronounce it. Father finally goes, finds that the person who was manning the hawker stall has ran away, and this nice dragon is gouging all the vada pavs. And the mother and the child, who was the name of the child? Shaktiman, is sitting at the top floor of the home. Hello, Dad. So the dad climbs up on the snout of the dragon, goes up and says, how did this happen? The boy says, the mom cuts and says, no, he cuts her off and says, there is a dragon. As we say, gappa bas, right? Bahut ho gaya. Enough is enough. And no sooner he said that, the dragon reduced to the size of a little kitten again. And mom then fed the dragon with the dosas again, was patting on her lap and saying, fine, but why did the dragon has to, I can accept the dragon of this size. Why did it has to grow to the size which it grew? So our little Shaktiman says, I guess it just needed some attention. The story ends. Powerful story, simple story. It comes in your children book written by Jack Kent. And the title of the story is There is no such thing as a dragon. However, this story applies on multiple levels. It applies in relationship issues, right? You don't give attention, it grows. It applies to health issues. You don't give attention, it grows. And it applies to chanting also. Don't give attention, the issue grows. We become from Vimukh, from Unmukh to Vimukh. Unmukh means towards Krishna. Finally, we turn to actually completely away from Krishna. That is the power of stories. Simple story, right? But it is giving a very deeper lesson. Are you all with me? In fact, everybody is telling the story. All of us on Bhagavata Vyasasana also tell a story in a different way. Just the tadka is different. Narsimha story and Prahlad story, isn't it? If somebody is coming from a very traditional background, they'll use little traditional words to tell the story. If, however, somebody is coming from modern background, he'll explain the fight in a very masala way. Narsimha Dev ne kuchumbar bana diya. I don't know how many you know what is kuchumbar, but it literally means Narsimha Dev pulverized the demons. Or sometime back in an ISKCON temple, there was a drama. Here, there's a big drama culture here, and there was a drama of Narsimha Leela. So they enacted in such a way that Narsimha has just killed Hiranyakashipu. And the reporters have gone to the area where the death had happened. So the reporter says, it's very happy to announce that the Sarkar badal gayi hai. There is a whole change in the country's ruling party, and all the dasis have come. Why? Because Narsimha's bhaktas have the ending das. And all of them were dancing like this. What is this dance? Khamba Tod Chir Phar dance. It's a new dance which has been started by our Lord. And then goes to Narsimha. Hiranyakashipu is dead. And they said, but we should ask him how he feels like. So they gave him 2 lifelines. So he becomes alive. And he gives a lecture to all his Danavas. Now what is this? Almost like fictional story, right? Poetic license, but all of us in all our Bhagavatam classes put a lot of tadka, right? But they are complementing the story. So stories are powerful. And they are powerful because they take a very simple concept and explain it nicely, isn't it? There is no such thing as a dragon. What is a simple concept or simple statement called in Sanskrit language? In our Sanskrit literature, it's called sutra. What? What is a sutra? We'll see. Now we have shared the document. It is in your phones, and we'll recite and sing songs today. So that handout has been shared with all of you. Yeah. So the shloka number 1. Alpaksharam asandigdham saravit vishwato mukham astobham anavadyam cha sutram sutravido viduhu. Everybody got there on their phones? There are some new people and they don't have their friends and forward. Yes, so in case you don't have and the near one has it, you can do the sharing and forwarding. All right. So this is defining sutra. There are 6 characteristics of a sutra. First is alpaksharam. What is alpaksharam? Less words. Less words like LG. Life's good. Is it really? We have to think about it. Alpaksharam, then asandigdham, which means without doubt. They cannot be like, you cannot have 20,000 meanings of it. It's clear. Alpaksharam, asandigdham. A means not. Sandigdham, sanshaya, doubt. Then third is saravata, essence. It has essence, isn't it? Then Vishvato Mukham, it applies to all situations. Then comes Astobham. Astobham means Na Stobham Rodha. It doesn't have some atpata thing. It fluently moves forward. And finally it is Anavadyam. What? Anavadyam. There are no mistakes in it. So 6 characteristics of a sutra. Maybe we should test LG on it. This is sutra, and we know many sutras in our Sanskrit and the whole Vedic text, right? Anybody remembers any sutras? Yoga sutras, correct? Then Panini sutras, then Narada Bhakti Sutra, which we did here 3 years ago. Sutras, compact. It is said if a Vaiyakarana, a person who knows Sanskrit grammar, he likes to even reduce half a matra, and if he does half a matra reduction, putrotsavam manyante. It's a happiness like a child is born. So now they are so compressed often, then we cannot understand their meaning so clearly. Many these are called Mahavakyas also, great statements, isn't it? For example, the Mahavakya of Coca-Cola is Handa matlab Coca. Handa matlab Coca-Cola. That is Desi Mahavakya. What is the US Mahavakya? Open a bottle of happiness. Really? I mean, some people use it to clean some things. Open a bottle of happiness. That's Mahavakya statement. Now we have to give purport to it. So, like that, Vedas, there are many Mahavakyas. You must have heard about it. Sarva Khalvidam Brahma. Everything is Brahma. Then, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. How do we translate that in English? Obia. Right? How do you translate Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam? Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. That is Srila Prabhupada's Mahavakya, isn't it? But how do we understand? We may scratch our head. How do we understand? So now listen carefully. For Mahavakya, we need a Mahakam. For Mahavakya, we need a Mahakavya. One of our scholar friends gave this definition. What is Kavya? Kavita. A poem. Mahakavya. Kalidasa says Mahakavya, isn't it? Then many epic poems are there. Kamba Ramayana is a Mahakavya. Ramayana is a Mahakavya. So what our acharyas are telling us, Upanishadic statements or Vedic statements are very terse, very concise. Mahavakya, may not be able to understand it. So as to unpack them, Mahavakya must get a Mahakavya. And here comes Puran and Itihas. What? Puran and Itihas. We have heard about some Puranas. Bhagavad Purana, Garud Purana, then Vayu Purana, Agni Purana, ityadi. Itihas like Mahabharata and Ramayana. And it is said, so you can repeat after me, Shloka number 2. Today we'll keep singing these different shlokas because we have to also touch the territory where we are entering. इतिहास पुराणाभ्याम वेदं समुपबृंहयेत् बिभेत्यल्पश्रुताद्वेदो मामयं प्रहरेदिति. And I will request you to move 5 inches forward so that the others can also sit on the. Can all come forward. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This sloka is telling, it is quoted in many literatures, but Padma Puran, it comes in Srishti Khanda. Are you all with me? It says that Vedas must be completed. Some Upa Brahmhe. It must be expanded and completed by Puran and Itihas. Because the next line is amazing line and a great lesson. Because Vedas are afraid. Afraid of whom? Alpashruta, who have not heard much. They are afraid. Why? Because what will happen? Ma mayam prahare. They will destroy me. They will stretch me and they will use for their purpose, isn't it? Like many institutes of higher technology use the Bhagavad Gita statement, Nahi jnanena sadrisham. Krishna spoke for which jnana? And J laga rahe kis jnana? Maybe metallurgy, maybe civil, maybe chemistry. So Vedas are afraid of Alpashruta, who have not heard much. That's one meaning of Alpashruta. Second meaning is who have not heard Ved, Puran and Itihas because they can expand the meaning. Third also means who have heard but not practiced. Alpashrut. Shrut to liya, bas chhod diya. Alpashrut. Now, that is what this scripture will tell us. Well, not to point on others that they are not following, but to look at ourselves. Are we Alpashrut? And are we making the Vedas afraid or we are completing it? So Puran and Itihas complete the Vedas by going from Mahavakya to Mahakavya, from an aphorism to a story, right? Please understand that even fictional stories have meanings. You have heard about Panchatantra, right? All kids grew up that way. It had meaning. Why? Because even the fictional stories, they remove all the details of our life and focus on the most important things, isn't it? Imagine we ask a person, what's your daily schedule? And say, oh, pehle uthte hain. Then I yawn. Then I go to restroom. Then I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, so my RM, random access memory is hanged. It requires 5 minutes to get into the groove. And then I have to brush. This is all uninteresting details. So what happens in fiction, stories and things like that? They remove all these uninteresting details, right? They create conflicts. They create tension. And through the tension, they reveal a deeper meaning. Like Panchatantra, like the Puranjanopakhyan, isn't it, in Bhagavatam? And that story of Aila and Pururva. There are many, many stories like that. Kalpanik, but with a punch. All the unnecessary things are removed. So one author, his name is Albert Camus, I don't know if you heard about him, he used to say, fiction is a lie, but it tells the truth better. Fiction is a lie, but it tells the truth better. There is another reason for it. Why? Suppose I tell him, don't be angry like a tiger. That's a statement. It registers, mostly doesn't register. But if you listen Mahabharata and see what Duryodhan did, then what happened, we'll remember the character. And next time we are angry, we'll say, hey, am I tending to Duryodhan or I am Duryodhan? What happened? That character stuck with us. This is the power of theory, of story. And this book, which we are starting today, is all about a story which is not fictional story. It's real story, but it's page turner. And it is a Mahakavya. Why it is Mahakavya? When Kavya means poem, Maha means it's a whole shot from one end to another. There's something called Khanda Kavya. Khanda Kavya means, okay, small poem. Like you must have heard of Upadeshamrit, that's Khanda Kavya. Small. Mahakavya means end to end. Like Srimad Bhagavatam is which Kavya? Mahakavya, end to end. All avatars, and within that 10th canto is full Krishna story. So one of my friends has recently come up with a book, Those 125 Years. Because Krishna lived for 125 years, and he did, I mean, in the sense of revealing his pastimes, and a lot happened there, right? So, Mahakavya, such Mahakavyas in front of us, Brihad Bhagavad Amrit. Amrit means nectar. Bhagavad means Bhagavatam. Brihad, big. So, the big nectar of Bhagavatam, Bhagavata Purana. And it's page turner. It's a story. In fact, there are two stories. And it is about all the concepts which we can find out in Bhagavatam, explained in terms of conversations, explained in terms of some episode. Isn't that wonderful? Didactic teaching is one when we tell people do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A very you can descriptional, this is prescriptive. When we prescribe, right? Don't do this, do that. That is prescriptive. These days, the Jamana, the society is of descriptive. Describe it. Describe the life of a person who was doomed or who was successful. So here's Brihad Bhagavatamrit. So we are entering now into Brihad Bhagavatamrit, and before entering any book, we have to do what we call Mangala Charana. What is Mangala Charana? Right? We do it. Every book also. Many authors, modern authors, even though they don't believe in God, they will write 2x, 2y, 2z, as much blessings and wishes we can muster, isn't it? Because if person is in the sober spirits, he will understand he's not alone fighting, correct? Many people have worked on us. Is it true? Are we the only one which are the product of our strength? No. How many people have worked on us? Many teachers have worked on us. At least all of us will remember a few teachers in our life whose face we cannot forget, isn't it? So many have worked on our parents, have worked on our uncles, have worked on our aunts, have worked on our dada, dadi, all, everybody, and then spiritual masters have worked on us. So we are not alone. So even those who do not believe in God, right, 2x, 2y, 2z. How much more it would be true for a spiritual author, right? So Mangala Charan is done. For what? We can recite together. Mangala Charan hoye trividha prakar. Mangala Charan hoye trividha prakar. Vastu Nirdesh. Vastu Nirdesh. Ashirvad. Ashirvad. Namaskar. Namaskar. For Namaskar, we do Mangalacharan, that I'm going down to the readers and to those who have helped me. Ashirvad means blessing or desire, that may the fruits of this book be given to those who read. And Vastu means, hai kya isme? Now, Vastu, let's expand. Vastu means the object, the Vishay. So it is expanded, and in Sanskrit we call them in four considerations. What? Four considerations. In Sanskrit it's called Anubandha Chatushtaya. Four consideration. So that's the Karika which is in front of you. It comes from a text called Vedanta Sar by some Sadananda Yogendra Saraswati. Tatra, it's in your PDF which is shared with you. Tatra Anubandho Adhikari Vishaya Sambandha Yojanani. These four things we can figure out whether the book is really true or it is ghapla. Anubandha Chatushtaya, four considerations. First consideration is Adhikari. Who can read the book, correct? A child cannot read calculus, not meant for him. So, what will be the condition for reading the calculus? Well, you have an algebra. Then, second is Vishaya. Vishaya means what's the topic, correct? So, Adhikari for Brihad Bhagavatamrit are all of us who are interested in bhakti, interested in spirituality. In fact, any yoga, because Sanatan Goswami, as we say, what was that? Tikalla? Yes. Nobody would understand. Lucknow people can understand. But lapetna, manja lapetna. But this is a acha wala lapetna. Sanatan Goswami, Sanatan Goswami has roped in all the episodes of Bhagavatam in a very punch style, and we'll see in the next 6 sessions and just marvel at his capability. Narsimhadev story is there. Dhruva story is there. Amrish is there. Bhagavatam 10 Canto is there. Dhyan or Jap, it's there. Seeing within heart, seeing outside, it's there. And Vigraha Tattva, it's there. Whatever you can think of, just like Prabhu has FDS, that's also Mahavakya. It's called full FSD, full self-driving. So whatever concepts or ideas we can think about which FSD should have, shouldn't have, they have worked it out. Sanatan Goswami has worked it out. So Adhikari, all of us, whether Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, we'll find something there. Then Vishaya. Vishaya, well, the whole 6 sessions we'll elaborate on it, but the Vishaya is who are the greatest devotees and where they stay and why they are greatest devotees. So we'll come to that because that's the topic. Then Sambandha, and last is Prayojan. Prayojan means what's the goal? The goal is not armchair reading, but inculcate so that one day we also can achieve that Krishna thing. The most interesting is the third. Sambandha, which means Vachya, the object to be described. Vachaka, with what you describe. उसमें कोई मेल है या नहीं? Is there any relation between Vachya and Vachaka? And our favorite example is the true example in which one really backbencher in our class who would burst Sutli bombs. We have heard about Sutli bomb in India? यहाँ पे people won't have heard here. Firecrackers. But Sutli bomb is a different league apart. they would crack these bombs. They were so naughty. They would go and place those bombs in the restroom, and they got very good marks in Hindi. And I was thinking, what? How? When? So the first page was nice. And from the second to the penultimate page, it was the story of a movie, Pyar To Hona Hai. True story. So we were shocked. Now, how does the words describe what is to be written? Oftentimes it happens. People may go on so tangent that the words do not describe what they are speaking. X is not equal to Y or what they are writing. But this book is so amazing. As the words are unfurling, it is hinting at what is supposed to be said. So just by reading, we get the pointer to what is to be said. This is called Sambandha. So Sanatan Goswami, in his amazing style, writes whole cricket team of Mangalacharan. 11 players and one extra. 12 Mangalacharan. We won't recite all of them, but it's interesting that he takes all the important concepts. You all can move forward so that others can feel. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare. So, what's the most important tattva for our spirituality? Krishna tattva. First, Mangalacharan is dedicated to that, but we are from Vrindavan, so we will more focus on the second tattva, which is Radharani ki Jai. So, the second shloka number 3 to 6 we will recite. श्रीराधिका प्रभृतयो नितरां जयन्ति श्रीराधिका प्रभृतयो नितरां जयन्ति together गोप्यो नितान्त भगवत् प्रिया प्रसिद्धा यासां हरौ परमसो माधुरीना Shaktah. Nobody is capable to describe what? To describe nirvaktum, Ishad, even little bit. What? Parama Sahrida Madhurina. The sweetness, which is the sweetness of Sahrid. Suhrid means a person who feels for us, is affectionate. So the sweetness of the supreme affection to Hari, Sri Krishna. And who are they? These are Gopya. They are Prasiddha. For what? Because Nitant Bhagavat Priyata. Nitant means in all sense. They are dear to Hari. And who are they? They are gopis, but their head is Shri Radhika Prabhitaya. So let's glorify Radharani and all the gopis who have such supreme affection for Krishna that we can't even describe even an inch of it. And then he has to come to his Isha. Who is the Isha of these six Goswamis? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Radha and Krishna, coming together 500 years ago. So he has to glorify his Ishta. What is that? Sadaita nija bhavam yoge bhavya svabhava sadaita bhavam yoge bhavya svabhava sumadhura mavatino bhakta rupena lobha jayati Krishna Chaitanya Nama Hare Hare This personality is Yati Vesha because Sanatan Goswami was a great administrator in the kingdom of Nawab Hussain Shah in Bengal, and he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not in his householder roop but in sannyasi form. So he's remembering Yati Veshaha. It's Yati Veshaha, not Yeti Veshaha. It's not that Yeti which you have on your desk. It's Yati, which means sannyasi. And he is Shachi Sonu, which means son of Shachi Mata. And Kanakadhama, his body is golden complexion. Why did he come? Because he figured out, Ya Vibhavya, he thought, Swabhava, mujhse, from me, Swadvaita nija bhavam. The bhav of my dear and near one are much more. It's like Mishri is thinking, I don't get to find how sweet I am. Correct? I don't get to find out how sweet I am. Sir, you can never find out. You have to be a person who tastes sweet, isn't it? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is thinking, Krishna is thinking that these people derive a lot of pleasure by seeing me and acting. I should become a devotee. So he came Bhakta Rupena, Lobha. He was greedy. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, and then other tattvas are described like Vrindavan, like Mathura, like Yamuna, like Nam Tattva. And finally, this is the shloka number 6, the last one in this shlokas 3 to 6, in which he explains about what this scripture is finally. Bhagavat Bhakti Shastrana Bhagavat Bhakti Shastrana Ayam Sarasya Sangraha Ayam Sarasya Sangraha. This Shastra is the Sangraha. You know the meaning of Sangraha? Collection. It's the collection of all the essence, Sar, of Bhagavat Bhakti Shastra. All the scriptures which describe Bhagavad Bhakti, it's the collection of the essence. Now, a best way to explain this is in terms of Vrindavan sweets. Ved is Dudh. We turn the Ved is Gaya. Ved is Gau Mata. We take the milk from the Gau Mata, that becomes Bhagavad Gita. Then you take the milk and do what we make in Vrindavan called Adhota Dudh. Heard about it? Adhota Dudh. We turn it, churn it around so that almost half is evaporated, and this is that thick adhota milk, which we can drink by using and putting some of the badam and the kesar pista and things like that. But that's not all. You keep doing it. And in the end, it will become rabdi. So, Ved is Gaya, Gita is Dugdha, Bhagavatam is Adhota Dudh, Bhagavatamrit is Rabdi. That is not in the menu. That's not there in the menu, right? So the menu is right here, Bhagavatamrit. It's Rabdi. And that's what it is saying. Now you say, wait a minute, it's a story. Is it Kalpanik? Is it just you made it like some other novel writer? No. Anubhutasya Chaitanya. Anubhutasya Chaitanya. Deve tat priya rupataha. Deve tat priya rupataha. It has been experienced. It has been revealed by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami. So this scripture is also in the form of stories in which all the pastimes of Bhagavatam is revealed, all the main things, but it's not Kalpanik. It is revealed. So much so that his younger brother, Sanatan Goswami, we see here, he's third from the I always get confused sometimes. Right. Third from the right. Near him, which is third from this side, is Rupa Goswami. Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami. Bade bhaiya, chote bhaiya. Rupa Goswami, in order to further explain the book, wrote another book called Laghu Bhagavatamrita. He wrote Brihad Bhagavatamrita and the Chote Bhaiya wrote Laghu Bhagavatamrita. Even that was not satisfying to Sanatan Goswami. So Sanatan Goswami on his own book wrote a tika called Digdarshini Tika so that nobody should construe some crazy meaning out of it. So a lot is going on. And Rupa Goswami in his great book called Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is sort of the essence of all the ideas of Bhakti, he wrote glorifying this book. Hare Krishna. Are you all with me so far? अभी सवा गरम ही हो रहा है. Shloka number 7. Srimad Prabhupadam Bhojai. Srimad Prabhupadam Bhojai. Sarva Bhagavatamrite. Sarva Bhagavatamrite. Vyakti Kritasthi Gudhapi. Vyakti Kritasthi Gudhapi. Bhakti Siddhanta Madhuri. Rupa Goswami is saying this is the section in which he is describing the highest goal of life, Krishna Prem, the love of God. The second last verse of this section, he's saying, I have described things, but my Bade Bhaiya has done something more. Srimad Prabhu Pad, under whose feet all the Prabhus sit, Prabhu Padam Bojai. And then we generally, when we say with respect words of elderly, we add G, right? Or in Telugu it is Garu. Huh? What's there in Marathi? G only. G. Or we add something in front, Shri. Sometimes you're not sure, Shri Shri. Sometimes Shri 1008, 108. It's all. And in fact, there's a whole Paddhati. One scholar was telling whole Paddhati, if you write to me, Barabar wale, फिर थोड़े बड़े वाले, फिर बहुत बड़े वाले. So how many Shris you should write? Huh? So respect. So one other respect is Charan Kamal. There's something like Param Karuna Prabhu Charan. So Charan means, it can be somebody's surname also, but Charan generally means respect. Like we'll say, Prabhu, what glorious chastisement I am hearing from your Mukharvind. It's a vyang also, but it's a respect also. Aravind means flower, lotus. So he is telling Sarva Bhagavatamrite. जो भी कुछ बताना था, whatever was needed, he has explained all. Vyakti Kritasti, he has done Vyakt. Gudhapi, even if it was very confidential, very secret, which he has done it. Who? Sanatan Goswami. And this Gudha thing is Bhakti Siddhanta Madhuri. It's the principle of bhakti, but it's not dry. It is Madhur. It is Madhuri. And I'll say, okay, fine, we understand. It is revealed, it is written by Sanatan Goswami, and here it is translated in English. BBT has 3 volumes, but hai kya ye? If it is revealed, I mean, which library it is from, correct? So it is explained. There was a king called Janmejaya. What was his name? Janmejaya. Whose son was he? Parikshit Maharaj's son Janmejaya. And he's taking a course on Mahabharata from Jaimini. From whom? Jaimini. The Jaimini has just taught him Mahabharata, and he said, amazing. I had taken another course from another professor on Mahabharata. Whom? Vaishampayan. Kaun? Vaishampayan. So Vaishampayan was Mahabharata 101. Jaimini was Mahabharata 102. And Janmejaya is telling him, Na Vaishampayanat prapto yo bhag bharate rasah. I did not get a lot of rasa in Vaishampayana's recitation. That course was not that great. Happened sometime. In fact, the Mahabharata version which we have is which version? Jaimini or Vaishampayan? It's Vaishampayan version. Jaimini is, we don't know. The version of Mahabharata which we have has 100,000 verses, but there is some discrepancy. So there is a Dakshin version and a North Indian version also. But they say in Swarga, Mahabharata is 60 lakh verses. So there are versions of Mahabharata. Jaimini heard a second version of Mahabharata from, or Janmejaya heard the second version of Mahabharata from Jaimini, and he's saying, Maja. When I heard from Vaishampayan, it was such a Telugu dal. It's funny. I'm just making a point that I needed a lot of sweet. Correct? Sometimes we say, so much jal raha hai, it is burning so much. I need to swim now in tumbler of sweet rice. So Vaishampayan was merciful, and he presented a whole sweet dish in front of him. And that sweet dish was named, anybody knows the name? Sri Harivamsha Purana Ki Jai. Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, and Harivamsha Puran have been studied by scholars a lot. If you go to this University of Washington, maybe PSU, you'll find big pothis of Harivamsha Puran. And all the nitty-gritty small details of Krishna's pastimes are not there and tend to come from there. 3 books give all the, those masalas. Yahan kya hua? What happened here? What happened here? Which Shukdev Goswami in his ecstasy skips is given in Garga Samhita. Harivansh Puran and Brahma Vaivarta Puran. All the details. So Janmejay is remembering the dal was spicy, but I was served a sweet called Harivansh Puran. Here, the meal is Gujarati. Here, everything is sweet only. So if you eat sweet, some people can get satisfied, but some people say, Dil mange more. So he said, Madhurena samapaya, which means now you have told me a much more sweet thing. Give me some more. So he gave him something more, and what is that? Brihat Bhagavatamrit. So the appendix of Vaishampayana's Mahabharata is Harivansh Puran. The appendix of Jaimini's Mahabharata is Brihat Bhagavatam. And it begins with Janmejay Jaimini narrating a story to Janmejay. So it's a story within a story, a plot within a plot. Parikshit Maharaj has just heard Bhagavatam, correct? We heard this story. Parikshit Maharaj for 7 days, he heard Bhagavatam, and he is mast, as they say. No shikwa, as we say. No problem, no issue. I'm just going. But like mother, like son. Like son, like mother. Uttara comes running after him, isn't it? She says, you have heard everything. At least give me little bit. There is still time. Because Takshaka would come and bite. So she says, Yat Shuke Nopadishtam Te. Hey Vatsa, whatever Shukdev Goswami has told you, I'm not asking you to sit for 7 days, but Nishkrishya, Nichod ke, just find out the sar and tell me. Now Parikshit Maharaj would have said, liberated? I'm detached? Which family? Ma, पिछले जन्म में होगी. He could have told that, right? Mother, previous life, now I'm liberated. No. He said, because you've asked the question about Krishna, Prashna Madhuri Mukhari Kritaha. The Madhuri means sweetness. Prashna means question. This question is so sweet, I want to answer it. So he answers it, and 3 books are produced. So Parikshit Maharaj starts reciting. So Brihad Bhagavatamrita is revealed to Sanatan. It is the appendix to whose Mahabharata? Jaimini. It is spoken by Jaimini to Janmejay, which is spoken by Parikshit to his mother, Uttara, and he speaks 2 cantos. What? 2 cantos are khandas. First khanda, we did it in Seattle. It is called the Chronicles of not Nia. Chronicles of Narada. And in this book, the title of the book is, you can repeat after me, Shri Bhagavat Kripa Sar Nirdharanam. Now to understand that, often in Sanskrit, we have to go behind. Piche se Nirdharana means ascertain. What? Sar. Sar means essence. Of what? Kripa. Kripa means mercy. Kiski? Bhagavat, Bhagwan ki. Ordinary Bhagwan? No. Shri Yukta. For us, Shriya Yukta. Radha Rani Yukta. So it is the ascertaining the mercy of Bhagwan. So Narad Muni Bajai Veena Radhika Ramana Name, he goes from place to place and catches a person and says, Tumi ho, Tumi to ho. Remember this song? You are the one who is the recipient of mercy. That person said, Than Pal. Anybody heard this word Than Pal? Okay. Imagine you have a long kurta which has 2 kilometer long pocket. And you have just 2 chapanis in it. So if you do it, which voice will come? Than. So you become what? Than Pa. मतलब कछु भी है ना in Bali Bhasha mein. So every bhakta says, we are Than Pal. Go to him, go to him, go to him. So Narad Muni keeps going. And he finally reaches Gopikas. Rather not, he finally reaches Dwarka and Krishna tells the glories about Gopikas. So, what is ascertained? Who has gotten the greatest mercy here? Gopis. Fantastic intermission happens. First khanda is done. Now in Portland, we do the second canto. And it is called Shri Goloka Mahatmyam. The Mahatmya, the importance, the glories of Goloka. And here, when the second after intermission comes, when everybody has eaten samosas and things like that, they come inside. Janmejai Uvacha. Is that the shloka there? Yeah. Satyam Sashastra Vargartha. Satyam Sashastra Vargartha. Sara Sangraya Durlabha. Sara Sangraya Durlabha. Gudha Swamatre Pitra. Gudha Swamatre Pitra. Me Krishna Premna Prakashitaha. Me Krishna Premna Prakashitaha. Janmejay is talking to Jaimini, right? He's saying, wow, what an amazing thing. Satyam, बहुत बढ़िया, सच शास्त्र, Vargartha, Saraha, all the essence of all kinds of different scripture has been revealed by Swamatre to his own mother, by Pitra. Pitra? Correct? Janmejay, father, Parikshit, Pitra, me Pitra. Alright? Krishna, Premna, and with love. And now Gemini is describing that both mother and son were discussing with each other. He describes them by the word Krishna Pada Lubdhayo. They are Lubdha in Krishna Pada. They're just talking about Krishna. This is called in Hindi Chaska. Isn't it? Oftentimes we say, right, Prabhu, Chaska lag gaya. Some time back there was a shop near Vrindavan, Chaat ka Chaska. Now it is no longer there. But chaska is something which moves us from places to places, isn't it? Sometimes one chaska of pani puri is there. So you are searching for which pani puri to eat. So somebody thought of a great startup idea, and in Bay Area they opened a pani puri company. Yeah. Anybody heard about it? It was quite famous. So all the chaska walas were happy. But that's our hope. Can we get chaska one thing connected to Krishna? Shravan, Kirtan, Smaran, Archanam, any one thing, or drama, not doing drama like that, but doing the Krishna's drama, isn't it? One chaska. And this book, entire book, is can we develop one chaska, isn't it? So we sing a song and with different chaskas are defined. This is the song of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. We will sing it together. We don't have Mridanga today, correct? Yeah, you can bring him, but it'll take 15 minutes. So we'll sing and you can do a cappella. You know a cappella? Yes. तुवा भक्ति अनुकूल जे जे कार्य होय तुवा भक्ति अनुकूल जे जे कार्य होय परम जगति ताहा कोरी बोनिष्ठोय परम जगति ताहा कोरी बोनिष्ठोय भक्ति अनुकूल विषय संसारे कोरी बोधार राजी इंद्रिय सुनी बुद्धो भारत जगत कोरी देखी बुद्धो Now it is describing what all we can do. See, somebody can read, but somebody, moment they open, so once there was a lady in Vrindavan, she went to a saint and asked him, I can't read. The same thing. See, for you only two things, Lala and Mala. Lala or Mala. Sundar Sasta Tikau. So it depends what works for us. Prasadam eating works for everybody. That we can put it on side. So here it is saying Bhakti Anukul. Anukul means what? Anukul, favorable, isn't it? Which is, if we have to develop relation between some human being, we don't punch him on the face. Maje aaye, Prabhu. That's not Anukul. We don't make sarcastic remarks. That's not Anukul. What is Anukul? So here we can do Suni wo tomar katha, Jatane Korea. If the jhota comes, jhote aate? But Jatane Korea. And then Dekhi wo tomar dham. Dham means Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, Tirupati, and Sri Rangam, many dhams. Then fifth, now this everybody can do. What? Tomare prasade deho kori poshana. Naivedya tulasi graha kori boga. Karnatwale kori bo tomara seva saja. Tomara vasati tare badiyo sarva. Tomara vasati kori. Not is saying kama, which means desire. I will try to slowly, as much it is possible. We all have desires. It's hard to give it up, but we turn it little by little towards Krishna, isn't it? And that's the process of turning Vimukh to Unmukh. What? Vimukh to Unmukh. That's the whole process. People would be, actually, we are all turning towards Krishna from many lifetimes. Just that all of us have chanted what? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now you can all pat your back. You have done all your yajnas in previous life. You were all Sanskrit Mahapandits in previous life. I'm not saying this. Bhagavatam is saying is Devus, Tapus, Juhus, Sasturarya. Naam, if name is there at the tip of the tongue, all these things have been done. Bhagavatam is saying, and Samal Purana. So Mayusko, why so serious? Correct? So this scripture is telling us that we can change the calm little, whatever our habits are there. And if we have to do anger, well, we can be angry on, they say, Vidveshi Jani, who are against Krishna, like Hanumanji. But even better, we can be a little bit angry on our shortcomings. Not for somebody, but for others. You all can move forward. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now, so Uttara Maya is asking whom? Whom is Uttara Maya asking questions? Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj are asked the question. Uttara saying, see, there are those who are called Sakam Karma Yogis. They will do karma, but ichhaएं hai. So they will go to Swarga. Or with Visa Balaji, they can come to US. That's all Swarga. 108% success rate. And quite unconditional. I have heard that there's not even any hundi there. Correct? Any Visa Balaji applicants here? There is no hundi there. Prabhu went unconditional over unconditional. So there is no hundi there. I think if you succeed, you have to do 108 parikramas. Initially 11 and then 1 hour. Initially 11, then 1 not 8. Put an application, when we put application, it is 11. So we have an idea, establish a visa stamping Balaji in US. So that the troubles of the stamping may get reduced. So those who have Sakama will go to Swarga. Those who are Nishkama will go to lokas beyond Swarga. So there are 14 planetary systems. There are those, like anybody been to Nainital? Everything is Tal there. Nakuchiya Tal, Bhim Tal, Nainital, X Tal, Y Tal, Alpha Beta Tal. So all the niche lokas are like this. Atala, Atala, Sutala, Vitala, Mahatala, Patala, ityadi. And the lokas beginning on R, that is Bhu, Bhuva, Swaha. Swaha is Swarga. But after this, there are 4 lokas. Mahar, Jana, Tapa, Sat. See, in Kahani, all these things are described in Brihad Bhagavatam. Not like second cantos, memorize. Here, Kahani mein, Gopa Kumar is traveling and we're in, kahan gaya tha? Sutal gaya tha. Oh, fine. But the Uttara is asking, so suppose has desires and somebody does Sakam Karma Yoga, they go to Swarga. If they don't have desire, they'll go to the upper 4 lokas. And it may happen that when Brahma's life ends, Brahma gets liberated, they all also get liberated with them. Great. They get liberation. They don't come back. Those who go to Swarga, they will come back. Fine. Then there are Parahamsa yogis. who by their process of yoga will go and become almost liberated in the upper four planetary system. So you ask them, what are you doing? Why not liberated? Maja le rahe. There are actually many liberated beings in the upper four planetary systems and they are just seeing everything's okay. And then when the day ends, they can decide to go up. Then there are Jnanis, and Jnanis are instant liberated. Why? Because Jnanis who have perfected, they know that the only tattva is Brahma. One tattva around everywhere. So what Uttamaya is saying, Sakam Karma Yoga goes to Swarga, then Nishkam Karma Yogas may go to upper floor planetary system and get liberated later. Paramahamsa Yogi also, Jnanis are liberated directly. What about Bhaktas? So Bhaktas, if they have desires, Krishna will show them all the different worlds. Finally, they go to Vaikuntha. So, Uttaramaya is asking the question, a deep question, and this comes in Shloka 9 and 10, which is in front of you. Tatta Shri Krishna Padabja, Tatta Shri Krishna Padabja, Sakshat Seva Sukham Sada, Sakshat Seva Sukham Sada, Bahudhanubhavantaste, Bahudhanubhavantaste, Kritamritam, they go to Vaikuntha and there they're only interested in Krishna Padabja Seva. I mean, there we don't have laundry nahi hota Vaikuntha. That's it, Vaikuntha. Why laundry? No list, no khitpit khatpat. Vaikuntha, free of miseries. There they are interested in Sakshat Seva, direct service to Bhagavan. Correct? Vishnu is there. And they are not interested in dhik. It's like fee to what? Liberation. They don't care about liberation. Why? Because in liberation, Bhagwan and Bhakta become, person thinks he has become Bhagwan. So if you are not separated from your Aradhya, how will you serve? To serve, the served must be different from the server. Correct? So they don't give importance to liberation. And then Uttara says that even there are many bhaktas, which is the next slokas. Jnana bhakta sute shveke, jnana bhakta sute shveke, shuddha bhakta pare pare, shuddha bhakta pare pare, pare prema, prema bhakta pare prema, prema tura pare, para prema tura pare. What we are facing poetry, everything is para para. So he says 5 types of bhaktas are there. First bhakta is jnana bhakta, like the Sankadik, little bit inclination towards jnana. Then Shuddha Bhakta, like Ambarish Maharaj, in Bhagavatam it comes, he will use his hands for Skravanam Mapanam and also for chanting, which is also Skravanam Mapanam, right? Chanting is Skravanam Mapanam for the heart. Shravanam Kirtanam, Skravanam Mapanam. So he'll use his eyes, hands, everything in service. He is Shuddha Bhakta. Then comes Prema Bhakta. Any guesses who are Prema Bhaktas? Hanumanji Maharaj ki jai. Why he is Prem Bhakta? Everybody will know this. Ram Rasayan Tumhare Pasa Sada Raho Raghupati Ke Dasa Tumro Mantra Vibhishan Mana Rangeshwar Bhai Sab Jag Jana. Hanumanji is Prema Bhakta. Jnana Bhakta, Shuddha Bhakta, Prema Bhakta. Then comes Prema Para. Who are Prema Para Bhaktas? These are, guess, any guesses? Prema Para Bhakta? The Vaikuntha Vasis, we can call it like that. Finally, is Prematur. These are the Brajvasis, Yadavas, Uddhava. Atur. Atur means there is certain madness about it. We just want Sir Krishna. So all these 5 bhaktas are there in Vaikuntha. Okay? So that's what Uttara has come to, right? She has first told where Nishkam Karma Yogi go, where Sakam Karma Yogi, where Jnani go. Okay, bhaktas go to Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha, there are all these categories. She says, wait a minute. All these categories, don't they have different compartments? Because all of them have different bhavas. You can't have same compartment there. Makes sense, right? Krishna reciprocates according to bhavas. So you can't have Jnana Bhaktas in the same compartment, right? Third AC, second AC, first AC must be there. Or we have business, premium economy. Is there an airline? Khade Khade? Used to be there. I don't know if they will do like that. So business, premium economy, stand up. So she's saying, I don't believe that all of them will have the same destination. What is she saying? I don't believe that all of them will have the same destination. So shloka number 11, 13. Can you really feel how intelligent is Uttara? Like mother, like son. It required Uttara to give birth to Parikshit. And Krishna says in Bhagavatam, Narinam Shrir Vak Smritir Medha, right? He associates Shri, voice, Medha. Medha means the buddhi with which you endure a knowledge, not buddhi with which we take the knowledge and it circles around and then diffuses or comes out of the mouth. But we endure, Medha. Krishna calls this a feminine quality. Medha, dharanavat buddhi. So, Uttara is super intelligent. Look at the questions he is asking. So, she asked the question, together we'll say, Tat Pradesha Vishesheshu Swasvabhava Visheshatah Swasvapriya Visheshatya Sarveshamastu Vasubram Parakasham Tata Rasajali Ochitam Madhavirasa Vedha She's saying, she's saying there must be different compartments in which Swasvabhav Visheshatah, everybody according to their bhav has received aptya, whatever Krishna wants to reciprocate with them, and they're happy. It's like some glass is little, some glass is bada. Both are filled with chicory or some other juice. So a person who has capacity this much is happy. A person who has capacity this much is happy. But there is still difference, correct? Chota glass, bada glass. So she is saying all are happy, I know. Yet, param kashtham gatam. Everybody is full to their own capacity. Chota glass, bada glass, correct? And they are getting their own rasa. Rasa means flavor, isn't it? However, there must be special for the devotees who do Ras Leela. Raskrit Tadrit Bhaktana. Those who participated in Ras Leela, they are special. They must have business class. Who are these people? Gopis. So much special they are that Bhagwan Shiv comes to Vrindavan and he wants to participate and he's finally allowed to participate to dip in a pond and become a gopi, but he was a Tagdi gopi. Tagdi, right? And there were some snakes also there, and his form, such form of his became immortal. Anybody been to Vrindavan? Maybe next time you all can go. And there is an area which is called Badi Kunj. And near Badi Kunj, there is a world famous Adhota Dudwala and Rabdi Wala. But there is even a famous place nearby. It is called Gopishwar Mahadev. Gopiyan hi jinki Ishwar hai. Gopishwar Mahadev. In the morning, he is submerged in water. But in the evening, only Shivji temple in the entire universe, it's completely dry and he's dressed in Gopi Vesh with a big natthar, with a wonderful sari and sari following the color coding of Vrindavan. Like today is Mangalvar. So today, if you go online and check it out, it must be in which color? Red color. Tuesday is Mangalvar, the red color. Yesterday it was white color. So even Lord Shiva wants to participate or rather glorify them. So Uttara is telling business class. Must be special location. You can't have sub saman. No, isn't it? See, this is the most important concept, and sometimes Abrahamic religions challenge us, saying that, hey, tumhare bahut bhagwan, you have too many gods. But actually, for us, there is only one Advaya Tattva. A means not, Dvaya means two. Advaya Tattva. But one scholar said, Advaya means not two. But not two is not one. Not two is not one, which means that same Tattva can expand into many, many levels in the form of so many Vishnu avatars. We saw Narsimha avatar movie. Yeah. Parshuram is coming. Krishna avatar is there. So many avatars there. Then Kula Devis, Kula Devtas, they are also there. Everybody is Krishna's manifestation, but there is Taratamya, there is gradation. So she is asking, don't put all in the standard class, in one sense. Now she gives her Udghosh. Udghosh means the clarion call right in the beginning. This is beginning of the second khanda, and we'll see it developing in the 6 sessions, but she gives the goal right in the beginning. It's like Grok saying, we are going to Salem, right in the beginning. So you know where you are going. And if the on the screen the map is not there, it will say, I think something, right? You're driving without a map. So first, don't greet the dawn without a map, as they say. Don't greet the dawn without the map. So here the map is rightly provided here. Worth remembering this shloka. ये सर्वनिरपेक्षेण ये राधा दासेच्छवः परम् संकीर्तयन्ति तन्नाम तादृश प्रियता मया. What has she asked? She is saying, yea, those devotees who have 3 qualities, remember these 3 qualities because this is the central teachings of Srila Prabhupada and all our acharyas. First, Sankirtayanti Tannama, they sing the names of Bhagwan, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Second, Radha Dase Chavaha. They want to be servant of the servant of the servant of Radharani Ki Jai. And all the Goswamis actually in their perfected form were Manjaris. And Manjaris are assistants to Sri Ram. That's what we say. Hare Krishna mantra mein kiska bahumat hai? Hare Krishna mantra mein, in the Hare Krishna mantra, how many times Ram? 4. How many times Krishna? How many times Hare? 8. Sri Ram. So Sankirtanti Tannama, Radhika Dasechava, desire to be the servant of the servant Radharani, and Tadrisha Priyata Maya, serving Lord with the affections of Brajvasis. Serving Lord with the affection of a Brajvasi. These are what we have been told. So right in the beginning, a sutra is given to us, and her son says, "Are you have asked which nobody has asked until now, and I will describe you, but I will not describe you a sutra or a Mahakavakya, but I will describe a Mahakavya in the form of a story, and this is the story of a Mathura Brahman. He was born in Prague, Jyotishpur, anybody from Assam, Bengal, Guwahati. Okay, सब इधर के. So, Guwahati, near modern Guwahati, there is a place, Prague, Jyotishpur. If you translate that literally in English, it means the city on Eastern astrology. Very popular city at that time. Even now, it's a place for Tantra, Devi Puja, Durga Puja, and the presiding deity is Kamakhya Devi. So this Mathura Brahman was reciting there. Kamakhya Devi came and gave a mantra, 10-syllable Gopal mantra. I don't want to say it because I would be initiating you if I say it. But we can say it in a very crazy way. Gopi Janavallabh. And you put the same ending as you put in Namah Shivaya. And then you put Namaha. Again, Gopi Janavallabh. Then Shivaya ending is I. So attach it. and then put Namaha. Again, so you can count on your fingers. It has 10 syllables. Gopi Jana. Aage nahi bolenge. In Gaudiya Vaishnavism, ISKCON, many of us have second initiation, which we call Diksha. First is Harinam Diksha. Second is the Mantra Diksha, with which we can worship deities on the altar and so on and so forth. There we get Ashta Dashakshara Mantra, 18 syllables. So, Gopi Jana, 10, right? What you add to it? You add clean. Then you add Govind mein aaye, Krishna mein aaye. So it becomes 18 syllable mantra. But it's of the same nature. So Durga Devi comes and gives him the mantra and tells him the Vidhi and Upasana. This person, who is this person? Mathura Brahman. He has lot of desires. But by chanting the mantra, desires go down. However, he doesn't understand that this mantra, whose Ishta is Madan Gopal, Gopal mantra, Madan Gopal. He thinks there is some other goal than the Ishta of this mantra. Right? Pashyanapi na pashyati. Chashma is there. Where is the chashma? We are looking all over the place, isn't it? Happiness is where? It's actually in the heart. Vasanti hi guna premni, natu vastuni. The guna and doshas are not in vastu. If we like the vastu, guna hi guna. If you don't like the vastu, lak hi lak. Dosh hi dosh, isn't it? So it's about the prem. So all the gunas lie in prem. So if a person who can invent prem, I'm using this terminology, love everybody, world is Sukhamaya, Premaya, and Gurmaya, isn't it? So here, what is happening? He is thinking there is some other goal. So he is beginning his journey from Prague Jyotishpur. Imagine this India flag, which is such a nice India map. You know, we have a hand here. Pakistan used to be another hand. Now it's locked off in one sense. And then there is this beautiful crown of India, but that also is locked off here. POK and Chinese alphabet, whatnot. So near this Guwahati, Prague Jyotishpur. So he traveled eastwards. And he comes down and he heard about Sundarbans. Sundarbans. He comes to a place called Ganga Sagar. A Mela happens every year, Ganga Sagar Mela. And he there meets Grahastha household Tantra, Mantra, Puja. Those who were busy in doing a lot of rituals and things like that. He was such Brahman was not very educated. He was just chanting mantras and they were doing rituals. But because he was mantra, chanting the mantras, he could not become interested in the goal of Swarga of these Brahmins. So he is given a very highly lofty goal of Gopal Mantra Madan Gopal, but he did not get attracted to the Swarga goal of these Brahmanas. So he further moves eastwards. From Guwahati, he has come to Sundarbans. From Sundarbans, he comes to Kashi. Who is the standing deity of Kashi? Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, Vishwanath. And there he goes and he comes in touch with Jnani Sannyasis. So a sequence is shown here. Jnani sannyasis are there and they have all the knowledge of Vedas like they have a gooseberry, an amla in their hand, hastamalakavat. And hearing them, he thinks, that's it. This is the goal of life. Chakka rabdi khao, और बैठ के वेदांत श्रवण करो. Eat rabdi and Vedant Vakyeshu Sadaramantaha. But then what happens? He starts losing touch with his mantra. But out of respect for the Devi, he's chanting his own mantra. Just like we must also keep chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So he's traveling eastwards, correct? And he's not satisfied there. And luckily, or fortunately, or mercifully, in his dream, he gets the darshan of his deity, Madan Gopal. And that sweetness, which is given to him out of mercy, gets him back on the track. Back on the track. Now, we may not get these glimpses, But if we stay in the association of devotees, satsanga, maybe some point will strike us in a lecture, some kirtan will strike us. Sometimes when Krishna may reveal a beauty in his deity form, and we say, ask to Krishna, mujhe dekh ke has rahe. Sometimes happens that mystical angle is there. We cannot discount it out. So Madan Gopal's darshan brought him back, and he said the shloka number 14. Don't worry, there are only 17 shlokas today. We will end it before 8:30, and there'll be time for questions. Are you with me? Yes. Shloka number 14. Tanmaharamyata Krishna Paramananda Gochara Tarchavami Naleve Samanopada. Naleve, I did not find. After I saw him, I only wanted to do what? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Of course, it was not Mahamantra, it was Gopal Mantra. So he said, any other thing, I did not feel interested. I did not feel interested. He had such a sweetness and it gave me manobal. This is the thing which is we are after, isn't it? Sometimes we know some things we have to change. We have done research about it also. Could be any addiction also, could be any habit also. But why are we not able to change? Lack of manobal. And what is the short way to get manobal? Satsang. Same style, that's naam. Taking name is like taking a sabun. Rin. Or what not. But ये rin नहीं है, राम. We say नाम तुम्हारा साबुन जैसा वैसा पाप सभेरा. नाम तुम्हारा साबुन जैसा वैसा पाप सभेरा. Naam is like a sabun, but we need a mirror also. Where to clean? Or we are cleaning in one spot, everything else is. So we need a mirror. Mirror is satsang. And satsang is discussion, whether it is one-on-one, many-to-one, one-to-many, what not. It gives us the strength. That's how even addictions, people circumvent, right? Alcoholic Anonymous and things like that. That's also sangha. So satsang is needed on a daily basis, on some frequent basis. So he gets the manobalam, and finally Bhagwan Shiv comes to him in the day in the dream, along with his wife. Who is his wife? Parvati. And he says, Mood, Mahamur, why do you want to take sannyas? Because he had almost desiring to take sannyas, right? He liked that life. Vedanta Vakyeshu Sadaramantaha Chakravadi. So he tells, don't take sannyas, go at once to Mathura. But he doesn't go, he takes a charging break in the middle. He's using Tesla, right? He takes some break in the middle. So where has he come from? Guwahati, Prague, Jyotishpur to Ganga Sagar to Kashi. What's the next Prayag? I gave it away. Allahabad. Next Padav is Prayag. And now he had met Jnanis. Here he meets Bhaktas who are dancing and singing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram. तन्नाम संकीर्तन वाद्य नर्तनई प्रेम नार्त नादई आर्त रूप से चिल्ला रहे हैं. He has never seen that, right? Because he came from a place where everybody is Vedanta Vakyesha Sadaramanta. So he calls them, अरे नाचने वालों, भो नर्तका, भो चारुमाला धारा, चारुमाला धारा. Oh, those who decorate themselves with big mala, have you seen? Sometimes the Tulsi mala is small, sometimes it's big, sometimes very, very big, sometimes there are many, many malas, Tulsi malas, right? So he's calling them, oh Ramya Tilaka, oh those who are having Ramya Tilak, oh Charu Mala Dhara, oh those who dharan, who have decorated themselves with beautiful mala. Somebody told me, hey, don't tell like that. This is insulting to us. So some people are like that, but some were compassionate. They told, looks like you're not educated. Let us tell you the stories of Puran and Itihasas. They educated him, and finally he started becoming attracted to Vishnu worship. So Prayag, anybody have been there? Yeah. There is, which deity is the central stage? Bindu Madhav. There are other temples also. And he's thinking, wait a minute, my Madan Gopal doesn't have a lion-like face. Because he's seeing all the deities and mapping them, right? Narsimha, Varaha, bilkul nahi. Vishnu, 4 haath. Sirf 2 haath the. And I'm not seeing flute. Only possibility is this Gopal looks like him. You know the Gopal? Chinni Gopal holds the, well, he's there. And today he is dressed only in directions and flowers. Chinni Gopal. So it looks like Gopal, but he's still not there. But then Krishna comes and tells him, you are not following instruction of Lord Shiva. He has told you, right, that you must go to Mathura. So finally he gets the buddhi, because when he's there, he gets the dream, almost sakshat darshan of his deity Madan Gopal, and he starts forgetting his chanting also. He starts to forget his chanting. So he feels very weak. See, Krishna is orchestrating all these situations. Sometimes it happens in our life also, so we have to, as they say, take heart, take the association of devotees. So then they will tell us Vrindavan. So Krishna himself appears and tells him, your Durga, Durga, Kamakhya, not different. They told you, right, to go to Mathura. Why are you delaying? So finally he takes the, I mean, which express is there? Right. Maybe he takes the 11 number ki bus. You know 11 number ki bus? The bus number 11, the walking express, and reaches Vishranti Tirtha, Vishram Ghat in Mathura. And from Vishram Ghat, he goes to Keshi Ghat. And here is where the plot thickens. Adhota Dud becomes Rabdi. In the next 5 minutes, we'll set the plot, because next time it will evolve. So there he goes. And he finds one day somebody crying. Somebody crying in the jungles near Keshigarh. So he has come from Pragjotishpur to Gangasagar. From Gangasagar to Kashi. From Kashi to Prayag. From Prayag to Mathura. And from Mathura to Vrindavan, Keshigarh, where Krishna killed the Keshi demon. And now it's, we are struggling with ecological situation, but at that time it was forest. And he's seeing somebody crying. Who is crying? Shloka number 15. निजेष्ट देवता भ्रांत्या गोपालेति महामुरा समागम प्रणामाय पादभुविदण्डवत्. He thought it's my Lord, but it was not Lord. It was some Gopakumar, some character who had a dress of a cowherd boy, and he was crying. So Mathura Brahman comes near him and does Dandavat to him, thinking he is my Madan Gopal, because the dress is the same, but he is not. This is a special personality. Who is the hero of our story? Gopal Kumar. The second story, you see the picture there, Krishna is embracing somebody. Yeah. That is Gopal Kumar. And abhi to 160 hui hai movie. Because 5 more sessions are there. So this story is Gopal Kumar's story. Now what happens? Gopal Kumar does some magic. Mathura Brahman came near Gopakumar. Gopakumar did some palmistry, or he saw the face, he knew. He revealed to this Brahman some of the details of his own life. Imagine somebody comes and tells all the details of a past life. We will repose our trust, right? So Mathura Brahman thinks that I have found the person whom I should be asking the questions. So he reposes all the trust in Gopakumar. And now, because Gopakumar also shows that he is capable, he shows that maybe in the past life you came from so many places and you're looking like this, maybe you come up with story. Oh, surprise. So he asks the query, which is the best query? Shloka number 16. Shri Brahmana Vacha Shrutva Bahuvidam Sadhyam Sadhanam Chatasthara Pravyam Krityam Cha Nirnetum Naganche Shakyate Maya. Saints tell us a mantra. It is called Hichko Mat. Kya? Hichko Mat. It's not like Hichki Mat, nahi. Hichko Mat. What does it mean in English? Do not hesitate. When in doubt, what should we do? Ask. You can ask ChatGPT also, but you may find a person also you can ask. Go, that Mathura Brahman is waiting. He doesn't know things. Now he has found a person, Gopakumar, and he's asking, Shrutva, I have heard many sadhya, many goals, sadhanam, many sadhan, but I am not able to. Nirnetum na kinchit shakyate. I'm not able to decide what should I do. Isn't it? We have it, but oftentimes we keep it in the heart. So when in doubt, do what? Ask. Hichko mat. Jada se jada kya hoga? What further could happen? The person think we are fool. Fine. That's okay. But at least our doubts may get cleared and we may find some nirnay of sadhan and sadhya. So we'll sing the song 2 and the song 3 now. Now what happens? Parikshit Maharaj, who is narrating the story to Putra Maya, he also tells Sutra again and again. We'll see in the narration, he will tell them, no, listen carefully. Which means, a main plot is coming. So Gopakumar is thinking in his head. He's thinking in his head that this Brahmana, he has done much. Just last padhav is remaining. You know that when we do Govardhan Parikrama and hai gaye hain. So somebody consoles us. आखिरी पड़ाव पे and they keep telling it for the 2-3 पड़ाव आखिरी पड़ाव प्रभुजी गिरिराज मिष्ठान भंडार will come and we'll eat kachori and kashi phal ki sabji which is not the menu today and son papdi not dry but wet. So he thinks, what can I do best? What can I do best? This is the constant thinking of teachers, compassionate saints. सबसे सुंदर सस्ता टिकाऊ इलाज फॉर भगवत प्राप्ति. What? सुंदर सस्ता टिकाऊ. Beautiful, सस्ता. Cheap, टिकाऊ, sustainable. Beautiful, sustainable, and cheap way of quickly attaining Bhagavad Prapti. Srila Prabhupada was thinking that, Gopakumar is thinking that, and we'll sing in a song style because these 3 verses are very important. So you can do a cappella. केवलं तत्पदोज साक्षादीशावशिष्यते तज्जपे नासक्तिं किन्तु तन्नाम कीर्तने श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता नाम संकीर्तनाय वाञ्छातीतपरः thinking in his mind, there is no sadhan other than he's doing a lot of sadhanas. Only thing is remaining, he's seeing the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. But he must not do jap of the mantra. More important than the jap of the mantra is Nam Kirtan Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. It comes to Kirtan. And the whole unfolding of the next 5 sessions, we'll see the importance of Kirtan as well. And there is nothing better than that. Nam Sankirtana Praya. And this can be obtained, listen carefully, this can be obtained by serving with respect, seeing with respect what? Tal Leela Sthali, the holy places of Krishna. So there is no proxy, we were discussing, there is no proxy for Vrindavan. Yes, we create Vrindavan in our homes, but sometimes we must also go there and see the Vrindavan. Now Gopakumar thinks in his mind, we must not tell about ourselves. But this person is at such a situation that I have to tell my autobiography. So the story of Mathura Brahman comes to rest. The story of Gopakumar starts. He traveled from east to west, right? West to east. West to east? No, east to west. Gopakumar said, I traveled from west to east. I was born as a Vaishya in Govardhana. And then I thought that something else is nice, right? And one fine day, I found my Guru, somebody crying in the forest. Somebody was crying. We were all playing and eating. Krishna, how would he eat? He would tell Madhumangal, fill up your mouth. Madhumangal will fill up the mouth. And he will say, Madhumangal, kya hai ye? What is happening? Madhu said, and Krishna will punch. And under root 2h by g projectile, right, Prabhu? Direct hit in Krishna's mouth. So this is what they would do. But one fine day, they found a person who was crying. And this person gave the same mantra which the Devi gave to Mathura Brahman. That person gave it to Gopakumar. And Gopakumar also started chanting, and now his own journey began. He went from Vrindavan to the banks of Ganga. There also he was not satisfied. Some people were worshipping Shalagram Shila. He thought, oh, this is the best. But then when they worship Shalagram Shila, we describe lords like this, not like this. Shalagram Shila, open brackets. Shalagram Shila, he was not satisfied. Then they told him, go to the capital city where you are worshipping the deity. There also he was not satisfied because prasadam ke rules say, if the prasadam is little bit stale, they won't eat it. Or somebody have touched it without taking a bath, you should not eat. So many rules and regulations. So somebody came to him and told, you should go to Jagannath Puri. There, the whole tapasya, whole bhajan is Khai Jao. Anand Bazar, where the real Anand is there. So he finally goes to Jagannath Puri. So what has happened? Mathura Brahman has a journey. Gopakumar is telling his journey from Mathura, Vrindavan to Ganges. Maybe he went to Kashi, then goes to Purushottam Jagannath Kshetra. And there, exactly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's form is described where he goes and faints in front of the deity. What happens next will be the discussion next class. He faints in front of the deity and then he starts eating, but he's still not satisfied. Why he's not satisfied? Because he's remembering the sweetness of Braj Bhumi. His mantra is not leaving him, and Braj Bhumi is also not leaving him. So what happens next? Where did he go after Jagannath Puri? That will be the discussion tomorrow. And if we have 2 more minutes, we can conclude with maybe what he was remembering about Vrindavan. Shall we? Yes. Yeah. एक पलक जो रही वृंदावन, एक पलक जो रही वृंदावन, जन्म जन्म के पाप कटत हैं, जन्म जन्म के पाप कटत हैं, कृष्ण कृष्ण मुख कहिए, Krishna, Krishna, Bhagavate. You know there what? Mahaprasad और जल जमुना को, Mahaprasad और जल जमुना को, तनक तनक भरतहि. He is remembering Vrindavan, what he would do, and the last line explains it all. सूर्यदास्त है कुंठ मधुपुरी, सूर्यदास्त है कुंठ मधुपुरी, भाग्य में हो तो न चाहिए, भाग्य में हो तो न चाहिए, एक पलक जो रही है वृंदावन, एक पलक जो रही है वृंदावन. ब्रजभूमि की जय, बृहद भागवतामृत की जय, गोप कुमार की जय, बची पिक्चर की जय, आज के आनंद की जय. Thank you very much. Forgive me. I was supposed to leave time for questions, but if we don't have time, while taking prasad, we have. You started to like, yeah. Okay. So I can take some questions or reflections or comments, anything which come into your mind. Something which stuck with you also. Any concept which stuck with you, which you like to take away. That will make me feel little encouraged.
Was that mantra that he was chanting? Was it like better than Hare Krishna Mahamantra?
So mantra is there, but there is something sweetness or something powerful about Mahamantra. See what happens, mantras, they say the Gopal mantra is very powerful, but mantras are little formal address. For example, Om Vishnave Namaha, the obeisances for the sake of Vishnu, right? From Sanskrit. But what happens in Hare Krishna mantra? It is O Hare, O Krishna, O Rama. So it is vocative. You're talking to your friend. So Kirtan is important. And especially in this day and age, as we'll see, there's something sweetness about it. So that is what our acharyas have taught us. That, well, do the mantra. You do this is called Guru mantra. Do the mantra, but don't miss out on the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, because of its vocative nature. And for us, we understand it has been given to us by none other than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Radha and Krishna also. Isn't it? So he has added some more prem chutney in it. Okay? Thank you. More thoughts? Yes, Ashutosh Prabhu. Right?
So Prabhuji, the Gopikeshwar Mahadev, that I had not heard of, so that stuck with me. In fact, I googled the image also. after.
Gopeshwar Mahadev, yes. Thank
It's such a beautiful way of harmonizing the two deities almost, right? Because like you talked, I mean, in our culture, sometimes it causes debate to say. But this is the best way
Yes.
to.
In the third and fourth section, we will be having a whole discussion on Lord Shiva, because Gopakumar comes and meet face to face Lord Shiva. And when Lord Shiva is there, Vaikuntvasis also come. So it's a whole different, nice conversation. Thank you. And Sanatan Goswami loved Lord Shiva. In fact, Sanatan Goswami would daily go to Gopeshwar Mahadev also. So Gopeshwar Mahadev told Baba, you're old, don't come there. So he would not agree. What happened? Sanatan Goswami was near Madan Mohan in Vrindavan. Gopeshwar Mahadev is almost near Gopinath Bazaar. So the Mahadev came in Gopinath Bazaar plus Madan Mohan by two in an area called Bankhandi. Bankhandi. And that place is now known as, that deity is known as Bankhandishwar Mahadev. So there is this nice pastimes happening between them. Okay, thank you. And in all the dham of Vishnu, there is a Bhagwan Shiv, like Gopishwar Mahadev here. In Mathura, there is Bhuteshwar Mahadev. And Govardhan also is there. Chakaleshwar Mahadev is there. Nandagram, it is Aseshwar Mahadev is there. जो आशा लगा के बैठे हुए कि when I will have darshan of Lala. Bhagwan Shiv came to take darshan of the young boy Krishna, but Yashoda Maya was scared of an Abdhut Brahmana. So there is a pastime. Thank you. More thoughts, comments? एक पलक जो रही वृंदावन कृष्ण कंस वध की Krishna Bhagavad doesn't Bhagavan Pare. That's what Krishna Bhagavad. So their desires don't change without the intervention of a devotee. So they don't use their free will to turn towards Krishna without the intervention of a devotee. So how did this Madhura Brahmana, the Kannada Brahmana,
by just chanting the mantra, his desires were purified, and he. How did that happen?
Well, it was the pratap of Durga, Kamakhya Devi also. He got mantra not in a book, but somebody gave it. And because of respect towards the Guru, he was chanting. So, Kim Twadara Danudinam Khalu Saiva Jushta, Rupa Goswami says, because somebody has given me this beautiful gift. So that gratitude itself will have the mercy flow. That's one reason. Second, he's meeting devotees, right? Different personalities who are slowly turning the compass of his life. He never knew many things. Then he first met in Ganga Sagar those who were doing Nitya, Naimittika, Tantra, Mantra Puja, all these things, right? So he came to know a further hierarchy of the entire 14 planetary system. So came to know, oh, it's the old Bhagwan who makes it. Then Gyan is purifying also. And finally Bhakta. And beach mein special, special dispensation by Madan Gopal coming in the dream. Shiv and Parvati giving him mercy like that. So it's as they say, multiple people are working on it. In our lives also we see, sometimes we get out of the world experience, right, in some small way. And mantra is acting, Guru's kripa is acting, somebody is praying for us, that is also helping. Somebody is continuously praying for us. There was one sannyasi and his disciple told, Maharaj, my daughter is sick, can you pray for her? Okay. After many months, the sannyasi met that disciple, said, what happened to your daughter? Oh, Maharaj, she's fine. They should have told me. I'm continuously praying for her. It's a true story. So somebody is praying for us. And finally, satsang, which is the mirror. So it shows us the aina, where we are. So multiple things were happening. Okay.
So it's not. So it looks like over the journey, he became more and more close.
More, and then finally he goes to Vrindavan. The dham also has a potency. We can chant, we can worship deities, except for the 7 or 6 hours where we sleep. But when we sleep, dham is still active. Even when we sleep, dham is acting, right? That's why there are glorification. Sote liberation ho jayega. How? Because dham is powerful. We can't chant during the night. So even dham is doing the work. And finally, this secret will be revealed in the 6th session. How did Gopa Kumar come? How did he suddenly arrive and he was crying and he figures out this is the person I have to accept as a student and do mercy, give mercy and knowledge. So which will be revealed in the 6th session. So many things are happening. Dham is working, Naam is working, Mantra is working, Kirtan is working, Gyan is working. Right? Just like in COVID, Giloy, Badam, mask, steam. We did anything, right? So does that help, Prabhu? Thank you for nice question. Any other comments, thoughts, reflection? Prabhu? Param Karna?
If anybody else has otherwise,
Yes.
probably in very beautiful verse, this thing that we read. So here in 103 to 105, it says, Kintu Tannama Kirtane in the last
103 to 105, yes.
And then also again it says in the third line of 104, Nama Sankirtana Praya. So here there is Nam Kirtana, there is Nam Sankirtana. So also in Bhagavatam we see, Tad Hari Kirtan, Tad Hari Kirtana. You also see Nam Sankirtana. Yes,
last one.
So and Yoga Dharma is. So my question is, Kirtan, Sankirtan, Nam Kirtan, or any like Guna Roop Leela Kirtan? Exactly the question he's asking. I've heard so many, but then what is the right one? So I'm asking the same thing within this domain of Kirtan, Sankirtan, Nam Kirtan, Nam Sankirtan, Guna Roop Leela Kirtan, Sankirtan. So many permutations.
Yeah, well, this Nam Kirtan, Nam Sankirtan are the same, From the context we can understand.
But for us, what is your realization?
Oh, yeah. See, Naam is, I mean, the Kendra vision. And Naam will lead to Guna, Leela, Roop, Ityadi, Ityadi. And we do whatever we can, even doing Leela Kirtan. Like we can even sing about Leela. And we can do, instead of only Naam, we can do Katha Kirtan. That's also part of Kirtan. And some, but sun which comes here could mean Bahu Militva, Uchchai Sankirtana, but Vaikuntha Vasis, which will come in the fifth session, also tells Japa is also Nam Sankirtana. Because their sun means Samyak, well done, with attention and with full faculties and things like that. But Uchchai, so that the other living beings also get the benefit. And plus, when we do Uchchai, the mind is controlled and almost tends to become meditation. There they have shown equality of Naam, Sankirtan and Dhyan. So point is, Naam becomes a very central aspect. In fact, if somebody says, I'm reading Chaitanya Charitam Bhagavatam, that's also Naam, because what else is there in that? Mostly it is names of the Lord and Bhum Firke, turning around it's about Naam. So Naam is central, and certainly we'll be expanding more on it because there is a discussion which will happen between Narad Muni and Gopakumar, and Uddhava is there. Plus, then Vaikuntha Vasi is also, they will elaborate on it. At this juncture, at the first session, we can just be enamored that right in the beginning, what they will be discussing in the sixth and seventh session, they have told Nam Sankirtan, Nam Kirtan, Nam Sankirtan, same. Yes, we do Guna Leela, everything, whatever we have to do based on our Ruchi, but if we see it properly, even in Archana, we'll be chanting. Even in any of the Gitas, like we heard, right? Krishna, Krishna Mukhi, Krishna Nam has come. However, the central point which is trying to say, Nama Sankirtana Praya, this is a neat Nam. The Nam Samput must be there. We'll elaborate more on it. If that addresses the thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So
looking forward to that.
Yeah, the name is the central, and then we can do other things around it. Name also expands into our attraction for other things like that. And why it is there, why it's not there, we'll elaborate on it. Thank you. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yes, nothing. Yes, yes. Please, please, please.
Hey, Krishna, you may cover this in the upcoming sessions, but my question is like, why is Gopakumar crying?
Well, in short, he's been given the task, and he is feeling separation also. I mean, his state will be described in the sixth session, that sometimes he spends time in Prakat Vrindavan, sometimes Aprakat Vrindavan, and the mood of Vrindavan is something which you call dainya, utter humility. Like union in separation, separation in union. So there's a strong sense of viraha for Krishna, right? So he is in that viraha. At least we can, at this point, we can understand that. And next, the whole mood will come in the fifth chapter of the. There are 7 chapters here. The fifth chapter will be describing the talks between Narad Muni and the Gopakumar, and there he will elaborate that Tasam Gokula Narinam Krishna Iva Viyogataha. Just like the gopis were separated from Krishna, the kind of viraha that they were feeling, this kind of katarta is instrumental in having us move very close towards Krishna. That kind of aturta, we saw. Prem Atura Bhakta, right? Gyan Bhakta, Shuddha Bhakta, Prem Bhakta, Prem Para, and finally Prem Atur. In that Atur, there is something called Katarta, Katarya, utter humility, like that. In that, maybe as we'll be revealing in the last section, why he was sent, who sent him. So that task, he was meditating, what I have to do. Okay? And पहले reveal हो जाए. Thank you, Adarshi. Yes.
Very simple question, Prabhuji. This Mathura Brahmin that we are talking about, why was he living in Ranch? I mean, why is the Mathura Brahmin? Why?
You are Gujarati living in Portland.
Oh, actually from there.
Yeah, I mean there are Kanyakubji Brahman are there, Gaur Saraswat Brahman are there, Sanodiya Brahman are there. So the Brahman, like there is a whole Panchagaud Brahman. This whole area Panchagaud, which is where Mahaprabhu came. There are these Brahmanas who are actually domicile, as they say, of a particular place. So there is a whole thing of Mathura Brahman, Chaube. Actually, there are Chaturved. But then they, Upper Brahman Shoke Chaube. So they are good in three things: speaking Sanskrit, two, eating rabdi, third, kushti, Malla Vidya. And Thakurji became expert in that. So maybe for some reason he went there. Now, as you asked, I'll also tell you that even now there are many Brijvasis who go to Kamakhya for worship. You will say, hey, you're Banki Bihari? You're leaving Banki Bihari and going to Kamakhya? Who knows? Maybe there's a particular reciprocation with the deity. So this Brahmana was staying there. He was in Pravas. Who knows? But this has not been explained here, why he was staying there. Gaur Saraswat Brahman, Sanatan Goswami was there, but he was living somewhere else. Before even they could come to which place? Bengal. Actually, there's a whole way they moved from Karnataka land to Jagannath Puri. And from Jagannath Puri, their ancestors moved up. So Pravas happens. Could it be 15th century Ibrahim Lodi attack? We don't know. I mean, if that kind of a revelation has happened, in which this happened in the 15th century, then people moved out of Vrindavan, right? Does that help you?
Yes, sure. Thank you.
P for Portland, P for Pragyotish. Yeah.
Prabhuji, mine is a simple question. As a beginner, in Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare means Radha, and is it just chanting the holy names, or is there a meaning to that?
So acharyas have given many meanings to it. Simple meaning is just a call out to them, because Hare is Sambodhan. You know, Sambodhan, every language here, oh this, oh that. So it means Sambodhan. A very generic basic meaning which Srila Prabhupada gave us. O Krishna, O Ram, O energy of Krishna, Hare, please engage me in your service. So it's calling out for service. Service in this body with our senses and things like that, and also service perhaps from in our meditation. Okay? So it's calling, requesting service. Okay? And one of my teachers would also give another meaning. Oh Hare Krishna Mahamantra, I need help. Is it true? We all need help. So it's like opening ourselves and telling, मुझे help की जरूरत है. हिचको मत. Do not hesitate to ask for help. Okay? Any other questions, reflection?
Like the Prabhuji asked the question what that things are happening to him. It seems like things are happening to him in one lifetime, but for us it's taking many lifetimes. We are becoming something, and now we are here.
Yeah, I like your comment. One of the scholars says that reading scriptures is actually communal reading. We are reading along with this. It's not about somebody else also. We are reading our lives also into it. Like what's happening to us? Where have we moved? Where are we going close? As close in Nam Sankirtan, are we putting the sum? So after we read Nam Sankirtan, it's not movie done, chalo. What am I doing? Am I putting a samput? What's happening to our life? So it's also reading our lives as well. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, any other? Thank you so much. So tomorrow we'll do a little bit thing in Jagannath Puri and then move ahead. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, 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 Shri Radhe. And maybe you can keep remembering Rajbhumi as you go home. How? Ek palak. Palak means? One? Palak.
Japak.
Jhapak. Nimish. एक पलक जो रही है वृंदावन. और last line, वैकुंठ मधुपुरी भाग्य में हो तो नहीं चाहिए. This will be proved in Gopakumar story. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Jai. Jai.
So tomorrow, so this whole thing, visit of Prabhuji is a series, and that's how it has been designed. So Prabhuji will be here for till Sunday, but